Hello, my Aquarius High Vibe tribe. Welcome to Don Williams Tarot. This message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising placements in the sign of Aquarius. So if you have those within your chart, this message may be for you. However, keep in mind that this is a general reading and not all messages may resonate. However, keep what does and leave what doesn't. I don't want there to be any miscommunications as to what you may want to try to put together for yourself. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it just doesn't resonate, right? But I'm hoping that there's something here that does. So what I plan to do is, this is for your money and career for the month of March 2024. I plan to pull just regular tarot cards and give you a mini reading. And then at the end, I plan to pull 3 final cards from the Indigo Goddess Midnight Oracle deck, which is a deck that is specifically geared towards money and career for your final messages. Okay. So I shuffled your deck. I am trying to do new things and try to expand my offerings. So if you find that you really like this communication regarding money and career, please let me know. Whatever comments you put below, I will definitely respond. And I do appreciate and read everything that you write, okay? So thank you so much for helping me in that way as well. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a good card, 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and then we have the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So my Aquariuses are air signs. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And this first card has to do with the Page of Pentacles. Pages are about new directions, new opportunities. This would be specifically in line for your career. And it can also represent your health as well. So some of you that may be ill, may be having a turnaround with your illness so that you can actually get back to work if that is a situation that you have found yourself in. But the other thing is that pages are typically about messages. So messages concerning your job, messages concerning a potential resume. Maybe you have applied for another job, and it could very well be that you're going to be hearing back as to communication in terms of, going in for interviews and that stuff and that type of thing. So you could be waiting for an HR person to be contacting you to let you know what next steps are. Or maybe you have started your process, right? You've already started interviewing at various companies. You've got your resume together, all those things. But basically, that's what this is talking about. This is talking about a new opportunity for those of you that are looking. But this can also represent those of you that might want to be working out of your home, that you're working on plans, working on plans in order to start something new, start something out of your home. Maybe you're going to work on YouTube and you're going to post videos on YouTube and hope that you can start a business that way. Or perhaps you are going to do something out of your home. Maybe you have hobbies that you like. Maybe you create things like, little gift things that you can sell at the local farmer's market, or at any type of a swap meet or something like that you can do. Or maybe you're one of those types of people that just like to go around and find bargains for really inexpensive and then do yard sales. I know someone who makes very good money, believe it or not, monthly on yard sales. And she kind of takes really good nitpicky kind of track of what she pays for things and then what she gets for them, right? So she can see how much money that she makes as a side job. And she'll do that all during the summer months when it's not raining, and she makes very good money that way as well. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. So if there's something that you're interested in, this does have this gold energy at the top. So there are potentials for you here for making more money, doing a side job if that's something that you're looking for, or potentially going for a job promotion, right? So the thing is you don't want to limit the way that you think about it. It isn't black or white. It isn't yes or no. This card right here, she has this blindfold on. Her back is to the water, right? Her back is to the water. But swords do represent the air energy, which is your energy. And her back is to the water. She needs to take those blindfolds off so she can see things in a more clear way. Because right now, all she's seeing is darkness, right? And she's got her arms crossed over her heart. So she's blocking off her heart space, right? And she's just got these thoughts. So it feels as though some of you are at a crossroads. Do I stay or do I go? And if you are in a crossroads, I always suggest, because I love to journal, I love to see my writing, and I'm able to process things much easier if I write things down. And you may be that way as well, especially because you're an air sign. But write down your pros. What would be the benefit of you leaving? Well, what's the benefit of you staying? If you are already thinking about the possibility of maybe making a change, there's already a part of you that's got one foot out the door. So you want to acknowledge that. If you're not happy where you are, life is too short to stay in a job because of money or because of, I've got all of this vacation time, right? Maybe you have worked at a company for a really long time and this is all you've known. And some of you may even be considering, because I just got this popped into my head, about retiring early. So some of you may be thinking about that. Can I swing it if I retire early? Will I be able to do that? It's not always black and white, right? So just remember that this card here is telling you that you need to think outside the box. Give yourself some options. Twos are typically about choices and decisions. And it all has to do with your mental outlook, because again, this is the swords energy, so it does represent you, Aquarius. Now, the thing that is coming in as an obstacle for you is the 10 of Swords. This is something that is dead, done, and over. This is like feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, right? So if I'm going to look at this from a reverse, it feels as though some of you may be stuck in a role for longer than what you anticipated. Maybe you were really gung-ho about a specific role or a specific job, and you got down to, it was between you and another person, and maybe that other person actually got the job, right? And therefore now you're back at square one and you're having to start over with your search. It could be something as simple as that. But also at the same time with this 10, it is talking about an ending. And as it's in your obstacles position, it isn't going to go quite as easy as you may envision it going for whatever reason, okay? And it'll be different from all of you because this is a general reading, and I can't tap into each and every single eyeballs and people that are behind my camera here that's watching this. I would love to be able to, right? And if you find that you're faced with this and you need more communication, feel free to book a reading with me and we can go into a deeper dive as to what your next steps are. But overall, this is saying that there are blessings coming in. There is a reason that you're being slowed down. I feel as though this is coming from spirit, like you don't want to jump the ship too quickly. You don't want to give notice before you know you have this other job secure in hand, because you don't want to be without work, right? So just be careful of those things that are coming in. Your strengths position, believe it or not, is this conflict card. This is a card of conflict. It's a card of confusion. It's a card of miscommunication as well. This is also a card of training. So some of you may have to take some classes in something that will allow you to be promoted. So some of you might have to go for some type of certification. Some of you might have to learn some type of software program so that you can work on your computer and you have greater capability to be able to help your employer in that way. And as this is in your strengths position, I feel as though you are a very good conflict resolution person. Is that even such a thing? You're very good at conflict resolution. Maybe you're HR, right? You could be HR, and this would be you. Like trying to, keep everybody happy and contented. But what I really feel mostly about this card is that some of you need more additional training, and some of you may be considering that for your next steps. But the last card here is this Eight of Pentacles. Now, to me, this means very focused, very fine work. This is saying that you're very skilled at what you do. You really do focus on the job at hand. You do give it your all. And it looks as though you can look at this card in a couple of different ways. One, you're doing very well with where you're at. You're very comfortable there, and your monetary situation is definitely good. You're just going to keep plugging along. Then there's the others of you who are looking for a new role, looking for something where you're going to be recognized and appreciated for your fine skill work. And I feel as though that opportunity is available to you as well. Now, the thing that I also will say is that things are going to feel much better for you towards the end of the month than it is towards the beginning of the month, because it feels as though you're having to go through decision making here. Once you make your decisions, recognize that even if you decide that you are going to go, it's not going to be just a quick one and done type of a thing. There's a lot of work that goes into separating from a company. Just think about it as a divorce, right? It takes a lot in order to be able to make those separations, not just walking out, because you, at this point in time, specifically with what's going on the planet, I would make sure that you always leave on a good note, that you don't just walk out of your job. You don't want any previous employer to be able to say that you were a problem or that you didn't give adequate notice or any of those things. So just be smart about those things. But this is steady work. So those of you who are in contracted space, meaning that maybe you have your own side business, maybe you're an engineer, or maybe you do whatever it is that you do, that you offer as work to an outside organization, or you do consulting work or something along those lines, I feel as though you're going to be very busy. Like even when you complete a project, there's going to be something else behind that project that you're going to be able to sink your teeth into, and financially it looks very good for you. Okay, so now we're going to pull your last remaining cards from my beautiful, I love this deck because it's always positive and uplifting. And your first card is Progress, Slow but Steady Growth, which is good. Second card is Depths, which I haven't seen that card before. And then Destiny. Okay. Let me get my eyes on so I can read the messages. Oh, and look at the turtles. I love turtles. Okay, so progress, slow and steady growth. You're taking steps. You're persistent. This is your long-term plans and goals. Things are going swimmingly, and you're in the flow. So all of that is basically saying exactly what I'm saying. So I don't feel as though there's any problem with anybody losing their job at this point, or that, because of this conflict or whatever. I feel as though that you're the one person within your department or within your company or within your organization, whatever it is your immediate circle, you're the one that is a really good conflict resolution type of a person, that you think logically, that you think level-headed, you don't get too emotional into the whole thing, and you come up with resolutions for people, which is a beautiful gift to have. So pat yourself on the back for that. Your next card has to do with depths, things under the surface. There's more to find, things that are not always obvious. Do a deep dive. This is, you bring true value and you are worthy. So it could very well be that even within your current organization, there are things that you can do there in that organization that could take you on a different trajectory if you were to go talk to HR to find out, well, what qualifications do I need to do this type of job, right? You have to have those kinds of talks, right? So talk with your HR person if you're in an existing company where you would like to move to somewhere else. Or find out what they do provide for you in terms of education so that you can move into that role. I would talk to your HR person. I would talk to your immediate supervisor, but I would only talk to your immediate supervisor after you have an idea from HR if there's even anything feasible for you to move into, because you don't want to tip off your current boss that you are thinking about looking somewhere else, right? Because it just makes everything uncomfortable. Okay, so your last card is Destiny, Wealth Through Purpose. So again, this is building up your wealth. This is building up your physical security, which is exactly what this reading is all about. This is about your life path. It's talking about your mission, you feeling fulfilled. You are a natural healer, which I believe is a beautiful gift to have. Artistic, and many are self-employed. So I did talk on that topic of being self-employed or being a contractor of some kind. I keep getting in these readings that contract work is a big thing. So either working for a temp agency, a temp company that allows you to go and do either manual labor or office work or something along those lines. And it allows you to test out various companies, right? To find out where you really want to make your long-term home. And that's kind of what all these cards are talking about here today. Overall, looks really good for you, Aquarius. I love the sea turtles. And I think that's it. So I hope that you found some of these messages helpful. I will be doing these readings again, probably closer to the end of March for the month of April to see how we're doing then. But until then, take very good care of you. And again, if you're new to my channel, I would absolutely love if you would like and subscribe. Thanks so much.